Today I want to check out a video called How Modern Dating is Destroying Us, and the video is by Psych2Go. Modern dating actually turned into a circus where everybody wants love, nobody wants to take accountability, and somehow everybody's surprised when the tent goes on fire.
Technology has changed our society and
So
us
cute.
drastically. It has affected how you connect, communicate, create, and interact with each other. Some of these changes have been for the best, and others for the worst. One specific aspect of technology that has changed is how we fall in love. Back then, falling in love was an art. It involved romance, mixtapes, and poems written on napkins in bad handwriting. Now it's a swipe or a text. The romance of the past and many things along with it have died.
I feel like it made everything easier, but with making everything easier, it took away the charm behind it. If you noticed, we live in a society where everything around us seems easier and easier. If you are living in a first world country, you are not having any actual life problems. There are solutions all around you. And you don't even have to make a phone call. You can just download an app. You can just email. You can just press 2 buttons and you are gonna get whatever you want.
The romance of the past and many things along with it have died. Let's explore how modern dating has changed us. Number 1. Gray areas. Before dating apps and late-night suggestive texts, people knew they were in a relationship. Why? Well, aside from the love letters and loud public displays of affection, dating was pretty simple. The person liked you, asked you on a date, and that was that. Meeting face-to-face made things personal, and as a result, people were honest and upfront. They couldn't hide behind an avatar, status, or text.
That is so true. And you kind of had people around you. You had a smaller circle, so you would dedicate your time and attention to specific people, and you would know where you are standing with these people. We live now such a fast-paced life, and we are surrounded by more strangers than family members and friends and relatives. Like, you can get in touch with anyone so quickly and have more conversations, less deep conversation, but more conversations with strangers and anonymous people out there. And it does give you the illusion that you are actually socializing and doing something or contributing to your healthy societal lifestyle. But it's all BS. It's meaningless.
They couldn't hide behind an avatar, status, or text. People didn't have the veneer of social media to hide behind, and as a result, you knew if someone really liked you or not. Nowadays, it's not so easy to tell. Life currently moves at a blindingly fast pace, but everyone seems comfortable with the speed, passively scrolling by. This same attitude happens in relationships. Passive relationships that aren't defined become situationships, romantic relationships that lack commitment. It is a penumbra, a hypothetical that is left unanswered and often without closure. Number 2.
And that is actually so terrible, because you always have the idea, did I do something wrong? Was it me? What is wrong with me? Why am I not enough? What happened? What changed? Unfortunately, people are not honest anymore. They will just ghost you. In modern dating, there is something like ghosting. That didn't exist back then. If you're a ghost, you're dead. You don't exist. Now you can still exist in this world, in this reality, be on the same app with the same profile, but ghost a person. And it's really such a terrible thing to do. I wish if you go out with someone and you see the red flags or you see something that you don't like, you can be honest and tell them. And maybe that person, then we're going to work on it, change it for future relationships or opportunities. Or maybe they're going to just be bad about it and be like, nah, you're wrong, I'm right. But at least let them know what did not work so they can maybe fix it for someone else.
Number 2. Paradox of choice. Modernity
so
and
many
technological
choices,
advancement
but
have
no
brought
actual
many
choices.
paradoxes.
Yeah.
The most obvious one is the endless means of achieving connection, but few real honest connections.
Exactly.
Loneliness is an epidemic that affects all of us. For those living in cities, it is greatly felt. But loneliness can also exist in relationships. Ironically, modernity has brought us online dating, and with it, endless choices. You can look for a potential partner within a 50-mile radius and find so many people who you share similarities with. But out of those many people, how many do you actually create a connection with? It's the paradox of choice. When given too many options, you can't choose. You make a choice under pressure without taking everything into account. Back then, you were just dating the person in front of you. There wasn't a queue of potential suitors standing behind your date. There wasn't the pressure to make sure that person was the right one. However, the endless options offered through online dating makes it difficult to choose someone because having an abundance of choice requires more effort to make a decision. Thus, once we make our choice, we feel unsatisfied. These feelings can haunt and damage relationships because it makes it difficult to settle on a person and have the disposition to foster a relationship.
And this is so true. I mean, as a woman myself, I understand other women. I might not be like this, but I understand the women that are. For example, entertainment business and TikTok influencers are presenting an idea of what a perfect relationship or a perfect man is. So these women would go and make a whole bucket list of what a man needs to be in order for them to be happy, and anything less is not acceptable, because if she can have it, I can have it. If this exists, it should exist in my life as well. But I'm telling you, nobody is being honest about what truly matters. What truly matters in humanity, in relationships. What to expect from a relationship, from a man and from a woman, and what genuinely will make you happy. It might look different for everyone, but true values should be the same, and they are not being discussed at all. People are so superficial and they are looking at like really non-important things that they might think will make them happy, but in reality it would not.
Difficult to settle on a person and have the disposition to foster a relationship. With so many options, you choose someone, but end up feeling unsatisfied with your choice. You start to imagine what the relationship might be like with that other person whose profile you saw, or what you should do if the current relationship doesn't work out. Number 3. Face-to-face. Online dating, depending on the partner, relies heavily on virtual communication. If it's a long-distance relationship, more so. Text messaging, FaceTime, and chats rob you of the joy of having a face-to-face connection. Conversation is more than just the words people exchange. It's body language, tone, and feel. There are nuances in a conversation that a camera or text message will not capture, and it is in these small gestures that you get to know someone better, learn their habits and tics.
Exactly.
Unfortunately,
it could take you like months and months of talking to someone on those profiles, and you would think that you know the person. And then once you go on a date in real life, you would be so disappointed. And not only that, you would be so mad at yourself for wasting all that time on the wrong person. So if you see a potential suitor or someone you think could be the next wife or husband, then you should go out on a date IRL as fast as possible. Stop wasting your time messaging and texting and fantasizing over something that is not even real. It is so easy to read a book and imagine the most perfect scene based on what the book is saying, or seeing a picture and think it is perfection and fantasize over it and create your own reality that is not the real reality. So it's better to have less on those apps and more IRL. And let's not even go about people pretending to be someone they're not or over exaggerating, because we live in a society where people over exaggerate about everything, like CVs for work. So why would they not sell themselves on social medias as well, on Tinder and other dating apps, in order to get a person to like them?
get to know someone better, learn their habits and tics. Unfortunately, the reduced face-to-face interaction can hinder the development of essential social skills and create disconnects between what a person is like in real life and their online persona. Number 4. Rise of me. Something that modernity has provided us with is privacy. Well, at least the illusion of it. Social media helps us project a version of who we are or who we would like to appear as. Consequently, we can hide behind the personas that we create. But this disconnect between who we really are and who we appear to be has given free rein to our ego. Technology makes it easier for people to hide who they really are. So now they care more about how they look to others instead of just being themselves. Many of us care more about how we appear to others than just being ourselves, because we seek approval, fear criticism, compare ourselves to others, aim for success, and are influenced by media ideals. This has
So
become
true.
problematic, especially in romantic relationships where honesty is important. It has given rise to hookup culture, greed, and self-sufficiency in relationships, and other scenarios where people no longer seek romantic partners to share part of their lives with, but rather to fulfill specific needs. Common examples include situationships and one-night stands.
Yeah.
Number 5. Trauma dumping. Another testament to the rise in selfishness in relationships is trauma dumping. Trauma dumping occurs when someone inadvertently unloads their very personal emotional burden on the listener without consent or any consideration for the listener. In today's digital
Yeah, it's like this mindset of I will fix her or I will fix him. And also the mindset of if he is the right person for me, he will get me out of this depression or out of this bad feeling. But no, that's not how it should work. If you are in depression or if you are dealing with any trauma, you should not be talking to a stranger, putting all your hopes on a stranger. You should be talking to a professional who knows how to deal with these issues, who knows how to help you the right way.
Without consent or any consideration for the listener. In today's digital age, sharing online and getting quick support is more accessible, which is good for seeking help. But it's important to use the right places for support, like support forums. If we're not careful, we might think it's okay to dump our emotional problems on others, like someone we're just starting to date, without realizing how it could affect them. The act of compromising
run
someone
away.
and involving them in your trauma is a sign of a larger issue, such as a lack of boundaries or unhealthy coping mechanisms. While it may be difficult to walk around with an emotional burden, that doesn't mean that any other person has to be in charge of it. Online interaction via social media and online dating has, without a doubt, challenged and altered our approach to connection, relationships, and finding love. While technology has opened doors of opportunities for connection and compatibility, it has also confronted us with challenges both within the technology itself and as a society. As technology continues advancing and society continues to embrace the advancements, we must take a step back and be reflective. Navigate these new landscapes with caution and determination to figure out what will be the best course of action, not just now for us, but for generations to come. In these new, ever-changing technological terrains, we must learn to find a balance to ensure that our desire for connection and growth remains fulfilling.
I love it. It's such a charming way of describing everything. Psych2Go, like the voice is so calming as well and very informative, very on point, not going around. Like it is such a good video. I might check more videos from this person. It was really good. Definitely leaving a like on this one. I think also we need to lower our standards, but maybe not only lower our standards, change our standards would be the better word. Changing standards and changing what really matters and what is really valuable in other humans. Instead of seeking the superficial, let's go deeper. Let's not judge a book based on the cover. Let's actually see what it gives us, what is the inside. It all became superficial and values have completely shifted and changed. And we do need to talk more about what matters, what really matters. So let me know in the comments down below, what do you look for in another person? What for you specifically really truly matters in another person? And let's see how many of us agrees or disagrees. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like, subscribe for more, check Psych2Go, and see you next time. And remember, stay fun.